I'm Casey Jackson.
I'm Miles Rogers, and this is Show Stories, produced by the Hive Mind Collective.
It's the podcast about all things local music.
Great stories from shows past.
And promoting bands, musicians, artists, and producers that are making music in your community.
And now, here's Show Stories.
What's up, everybody? It's Casey Jackson, producer of our show. Welcome to episode 6. 6 episodes. I can't believe we did it. This is awesome. Thank you so much for checking it out. This episode is part 2 of our interview with Chris Suitt. We had such a good time reminiscing about the past and talking about some of his more current projects. Without further ado, here's Chris Suitt. Anyway, back to the story of Chris Suitt.
Chris Suitt. So where were we? We were at
We were talking about
Separation of Self. Did all these cool shows.
And then we were talking about
Stranger Beside Me.
Doing more cool shows.
Yeah.
And then Stranger Beside Me.
Stranger, that was the band that did probably the most cool shows for sure. I mean, we even got to open up for Lamb of God and stuff.
Jesus.
So
Fuck yeah.
yeah. So
That's a sick show.
It was really.
Well, I mean, you guys' stuff. Like the first time I put on the first song of that EP, I just remember it literally felt like I was getting kicked in the chest. Like that's how hard that shit hit you.
Yeah,
Well,
it
it's
hits,
good
man.
stuff.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a fun record to do. We did that with Stetson Bucket. So
Bucket.
yeah, that was I remember when he was, making a name for himself at the time, and during that record, it was Us and Becoming Everest were his main projects, and then
He had done the recovery.
yeah, the
the
recovery
Architect
before that
album.
too. Yeah, that's
Really
right.
good.
But no, I mean, that was that was some of my best times in music was that band. Me and Wes, it was just that whole experience of just the old school way of just meeting up, writing, and just feeling stoked and eating good food and just laughing at these fucking crazy riffs that we're trying to come up with, and
Wes
is
master, dude.
yeah, dude,
He's a machine.
He's a riff machine.
Because
Yeah.
he used to have that computer program called
Yeah.
Tabit.
Yep.
And he'd sit there
he
and just
used that.
tab out
He
riffs.
used that quite a bit still.
Does he? Oh, that's
Well,
so
at least
bad.
with Stranger he did, yeah. But yeah, man, Wes. Again, Separation. I give a lot of credit to them for developing me as a drummer. But when I was writing with Wes and Stranger, that was a development, just full forth, a whole musician. You know what I mean? So me and Wes, we vibed off each other very well. So I was really lucky to be able to do that with him.
I mean, I wouldn't be the guitar player that I am without him.
I
He
know,
taught me
man.
so much, and it was a weird situation at first, just because he was so much younger than me when he came into Drown Out the Stars.
I remember.
And he was just this kid that played in a band called After.
Yep.
And it wasn't.
I remember After
They
too.
were kind of post-hardcore, kind of
Yeah.
emo stuff,
I
and I really loved them. And
I
loved
remember
Scott,
watching
the
it.
lead singer.
Yeah,
But
yep. Watching
like-
After at the Circuit.
yeah,
The Circuit days.
He came to practice. He's like, well, you guys are more metal, so let's do this song. And we were just all of our faces just melted right off, dude.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
great.
Wes. Oh man, that dude. I mean, he's literally one of my best friends, and I'm just lucky to have him in my life and to see him out of a lot of friends too, being able to do what he's doing right now.
that's
It's
awesome.
he's very well deserved for sure.
For sure.
Proud of
I'm
that boy.
happy for him getting that gig.
Absolutely.
It's one of those, I got my cool vampire gig, but it was a flash in the pan and it died. He got a job. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And,
yeah.
and his
And not only that, but
his chops changed that
Yep.
band and
Yes.
put that band in a new direction
Oh,
that is
yeah.
sustainable.
Wes is it's in his blood. I mean, he's made for that. He's
Yeah.
made to just write songs and just whoop ass
Yeah, for sure.
and
that's what he's
just
doing.
have the world accept it.
The last episode
So-
actually that we did, episode 2 that we
episode
released.
2.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when this will be. But
Yeah.
episode 2, we had a shut up, you don't know that. Don't throw fingers at me, Casey.
Sorry.
I love you. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, we have an interview Casey did with
Yeah.
Slays. It's super
Oh,
cool.
nice. Okay.
I did it with did the whole band in their green room, and
But
Really?
it sounds
I
awesome.
really-
It sounds like they all have mics. There's just like a slight delay in the answer.
Oh,
the
I
passing
see.
of the mic.
Gotcha.
Not
I'm
bad.
priding myself on getting better at editing. So
Yeah,
He's doing real good.
it's all good.
So then after,
I know all the after this.
Well,
after
dude,
that.
that's what it is. It's
That's
a
the
story, man. You gotta
Yeah.
chronologe the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I've
the
just-
next band on the timeline would have been what?
Separation is self,
So-
and then Stranger Beside Me, and then
Yeah.
after Stranger Beside
So
Me
after Stranger, it was Hearts and Hands.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's
I
what
joined-
I thought.
with
Yep.
Adam, right?
Adam was not in the
Adam
band.
wasn't,
Yeah,
yeah.
when I joined. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it was Hearts and Hands. This was back when Alex Lyman, you know, he was in the band, and he came to me. Yeah, Fletcher too.
Okay.
Fletcher joined too, pretty much when I did, and Chris Kim too. He
Okay.
was the guitar player, but yeah, Garrett of course. So, but yeah, Hearts and Hands was, you know, pretty much on the rise when I joined. You know, I kind of jumped, like, that was the point where I was just like, hey, you know, maybe I should do this just because they are actually doing some shit outside locally. You know what I mean?
Was that after the EP they put out? Or-
Yes, it was.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, AK was just leaving the band when I joined the band.
Okay.
So we went in a whole, like, kind of the more radio.
Because wasn't that supposed to? It was originally supposed to be just kind of like a side project.
Yes,
right?
yeah. Well, I'm at the time, I know it was Alex Lyman's baby. You know,
Okay.
he was writing a lot for it, you know, when especially for the newer direction, you know. But I know that he was the dominant writer for even their EP too. So,
Cool.
but I think him and Bucket worked on it together. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but yeah, I mean,
I thought those. I just have always thought that those were your drums on that EP.
no, that's
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's all Alex Lyman, and that was his thing. Yeah,
Wow.
so.
He played drums.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
sick.
played drums in Hearts and Hands, but
Wait.
not for that EP
Oh,
though.
okay.
Yeah, but
Oh, they just programmed him.
Probably, yeah. They
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
I
Bucket
just like
probably
pictured
had-
him playing the drums for that. And I'm like, what?
yeah, they're awesome though. But no, so Hearts and Hands was again, that was another thing where, you know, they were on the rise. They were signed to Razor and Tie, and they were looking to do like the whole national thing and actually be like a touring band.
My Own Machine. Such a good album. I
Yeah,
really
man.
love that album. I
Yeah.
still listen to it all the time.
That's a great album. Really good lyrics. You know, that was my involvement, was that during that album cycle. So
Cool.
yeah,
Super
and-
uplifting album. It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah, it was really good. I mean, you know, it's, you know, things happen again too. Hearts and Hands, you know, to be honest, it wasn't. It ended up not being my thing really quick, honestly. But you know,
just
it's
like the personnel or
yeah,
music
there,
or just
yeah. I mean,
attitudes, or-
I won't get like too.
you don't have to
deep.
get personal.
Yeah,
just
but yeah, I mean, a lot of it had to do with just the vibes, you know, a little bit. It just wasn't my thing on the road,
Happens.
really, when it came to that band, you know. And I
do
know
you guys do a lot of touring?
I only toured one time with them.
Oh, okay, and
Yeah.
that was all you needed.
Yeah, it was just the one time.
Okay.
And but no, I mean, you know, to each their own, and you know, I still love all the guys and everything's good. You know, I still support everybody's endeavors when it comes to that band. You know what I mean? But yeah, during that time, it was
Are they still
it was
a thing?
hard. It was really hard.
Are they still?
So,
No.
no, they're
I think
not.
Garrett's doing his own thing now.
Yeah,
but
Garrett.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. So Garrett, from my understanding, he, like, I know, I'm pretty sure, like, for some of his income or whatever, he does like wedding singer stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I think so.
That'd be fun.
I could be wrong, but I know he has a new project called Death and All His Friends.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called. Okay.
Cool.
So
That's a
and
cool name.
it's really cool. It's just awesome, you know, kind of dark pop, but they I'm sure they're gonna do other really cool things too. But their writer too, River, he's just a younger dude too, and just kills it. He's a really good songwriter, and he's just amazing at guitar and just knows how to do it. So
Cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
Cool.
but
And then after Hearts and Hands.
yeah, Hearts and Hands. So I did that one tour. And that's actually where like my introduction was with like Johnny Craig and stuff
Yep.
before Slaves was even a thing.
Yeah.
So in fact, the tour that I did, that was like a big, like, I honestly want to say I'm confident, like 100% confident in that being the reason why Slaves was even talked about.
Oh, cool.
It's because Alex Lyman, Johnny was actually a big fan of Hearts and Hands when we'd play and stuff, and he'd watch us. And then I'm pretty sure he asked Alex, and I know that he's asked me too, but like, you know, who writes all the music for this? And Johnny basically stole him away for slaves. But no, but yeah, I mean, from my understanding, that's how it went.
It was such a sudden thing, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool, Hearts and Hands is doing a thing, and you know, I got their album and got the whole packet thing with the shirt and everything, and then the next thing I know, I'm doing this project called Slave.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Out of nowhere. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it was literally.
That's Lyman though, man.
Yeah,
Lyman,
it is, yeah.
Lyman jumps.
Yep.
He takes his talent where
Yeah,
it's
and
needed.
that's the thing. I mean, and that's, you know, honestly, if it wasn't for Lyman and Johnny starting that too, like even where Wes is at, you know,
Well,
it wouldn't
for
even
sure.
have happened.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's
So,
literally like, you know, the one of the points I was making is,
Yeah.
you know, Lyman brought Wes into the fold, and he goes, "All right, young lad, I've done all I need to
Yeah,
do. See you
it's-
later."
yeah, it's
And
crazy
now
'cause
now Wes has his band.
we took Wes out on tour for that tour. It was Johnny's like headlining solo tour, and Wes was doing merch for Hearts and Hands.
I remember seeing the posters. For
Yeah, and
John
then
Gray.
you know, so it's just awesome. Like go Wes, like me and Wes being in a metal band, you like Casey and Wes being in a metal band too, and then doing merch for Hearts and Hands, and now he's just fucking killing it with
Yep.
Slaves, and he's the sickest guitar player ever.
Yeah, he's
So
amazing.
you know, but yeah, I mean, good. You know, same thing with that. Hearts and Hands to me was really like a, you know, trial and error type thing. You know, I'm very grateful for the things I've learned, and then, you know, just applying that to future stuff.
You
So,
never
you know.
regret a day, man.
Yep.
And
So-
then
All
after
the
Hearts
bands.
and Hands, no, seriously, dude, I've got a list of shit over here.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about some of your. I don't know if it was some of your first stuff, but some of the first studio stuff that I heard you do was Chunk No Captain Chunk.
Oh yeah, dude.
Restart.
That was a good time. Holy shit.
And I love that album so
Dude,
much.
that.
So
Like,
you
it makes
recorded for them?
It makes me happy.
What's that?
You recorded with them?
Yeah, I did
I-
drums for their part of my French record.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah.
So
I had
you
no
did
idea.
the whole record. That's right.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Okay.
the whole record there. So, man, that's a story to tell. That was one of my most highlighted times ever.
And I
You
heard
know,
I heard
'cause-
them at
That's a
Beach
story to
House, and I
tell,
didn't
keep
even know
telling.
that you were a part of it. at the
Yeah.
time.
So
Somebody put them on, and I was like, "Who's this?" And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is Chunk.
yeah, just amazed. Just so a band from France, you know,
Yeah, well,
like
no,
just pop.
I'm familiar with them.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I just I didn't
Listeners
know
might
you
not
had
be.
any.
Yeah,
Listeners
so-
might not be. Chunk, no Captain Chunk. I had no idea you had played with them. So go ahead.
Yeah,
How
so
did you meet them?
So actually, the guy that I have to thank for that was Matty Perea, because Matty Perea was managing them at the time.
Oh, okay.
He was doing all the road stuff with them, and I don't know all the backstory of why they picked me, but Matty, it was one of those things where Matty was like, hey, I know a guy or somebody that, because what they wanted to do is they wanted to record with Joey Sturgis here in the States.
Okay.
And Joey Sturgis is like phenomenal
Yeah.
engineer, and he's done tons of amazing records like Devil Wears Prada and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's why I was just like, holy shit, this is sick, because I was a fan of him, you
Yeah,
know.
for
So,
sure.
but yeah, I talked to the Chung guys, and they're like, yeah, like, we have this drummer, but he's just honestly not like up to par with the record. Like they didn't want him to record on the record.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, really? I was like, well, then why is he in the band? That's what I was thinking, But
He's just one of their homies, probably.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, I know it was like their thing being from France, and it's not like he was like an actual bad drummer, obviously, but like, yeah, I think it was like cost expenses too. It was just easier for them to have the two brothers come out and like record the record, because Eric and his brother, they write everything,
Oh wow.
and they have their own studio and stuff. So
Yeah, I remember when they started doing like ads for their own to record music and
Yeah,
started their own
yeah,
record
they
label
have-
and everything.
they had their own studio too, and like even their pre-pro production stuff that they sent me and stuff, I was like, oh my god, this is like already finished product, But yeah, they were on Fearless at the time, I think is the label, and they had a budget, and they went with one of my favorite engineers. So Joey Sturgis, I have a lot of respect for that guy, and that was a really big highlight for me, was like being able to do that record and then just like pick his brain, and then
Yeah.
and being able to just be a part of that whole thing. So yeah, and I was a little nervous at first, when it came to that whole thing, because I didn't have a lot of time. They sent me 12 tracks.
Wow.
And I had to learn and try to write some of the drums and everything within like a week's time frame.
So was it no drums and
So-
it was just guitars? And
Yeah,
you just had to come up with it.
So they basically sent me files that were programmed drums.
Oh,
at the
okay.
time.
That's what I was
But
wondering.
they wanted real drums with Joey, and
So this is the idea we want. Make
yes.
it flashy.
pretty much, yeah. Just add your own flavor to it, kind of thing. So, yeah, it was a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice.
Did you do anything else for that week? Like
no,
besides sleep?
no.
Eat a little bit
Yeah,
and
No,
play
that's what you
drums?
do.
just work, just go to fucking downtown music and go at it, you know.
dude.
So, but
See, that's the difference. Like when you're getting ready for tour as a bass player, you can just stay in your room with it.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. Lucky. But yeah, I mean, so they hired me. We talked about it. Everything was good, and they booked the studio time. I remember going to the airport with my double pedal and everything, and just being like, "Holy shit! Like this is actually like a thing,"
is real.
you know. And then I get to the airport, and then the first day that they had booked for drums, my flight was canceled.
Oh my
shit.
So I was just like, holy shit, what am I going to do? So I call the guys, let them know what's going on, and, you know, they're like, it's all good, you know. So they were able to get me a flight the next day, but it was like the next night. So I actually missed 2 days of recording.
Oh shit.
And I know that they were on like a timeline, like a time crunch, and
So you had a real machine.
yeah, I
mode
was
once
like,
you got
I
there.
was stressing there for a minute. I was like, I missed my flight, and then I'm not even going to be able to like start for another day.
You're on day 3.
Yeah, day 3 now, and I only had, you know, 2 days left. But I don't know how I did it, and
Did you want to take it?
yeah, like
How many of them did you want to? For real. I want to know how many.
you know what? To be honest, I don't remember exactly.
But at least
Yeah,
one.
But yeah, definitely.
Of course you did.
But-
Chris Suitt.
But holy shit, I was in the studio. It was nerve-wracking because, you know, I put on my headphones. You know, we actually had like a drum tech there tuning all the drums and everything, and they're like, all right, let's do this, you know. Like
And all these
Joey
people
was
watching
in a
you.
hurry to try to get shit done and start it. And I remember put on the headphones, and it was just like flashbacks of like when I was a kid. It was just that whole movie
whole
thing. Like,
musical
holy
life is
shit,
flashing before
it's
my
flashing.
eyes.
We're
Like,
here.
and then I remember playing the first song, and then I was just like kind of shaky after, and then like I just looked up like at the through the window and
At the
saw
control
all of them.
room.
All of them were just looking, and they were just like thumbs up. You know what I mean?
Thumbs up.
And that broke the ice. I was okay after that.
Cool.
So
All right.
yeah, man.
That's
Do my
really
thing
cool.
now. Fuck yeah.
But
Casey, I'm so glad you knew to ask these questions.
yeah, but yeah, that was a really
12
really
songs?
awesome experience. Yep, 12 songs, and the album's called Part of My French. It's honestly one of my most proudest records I've been a part of.
Awesome.
Like, drumming wise and everything.
I know what I'm listening
It's
to
definitely
tomorrow.
an album
Work.
you can just like you can listen to the whole thing and just
Yeah, man. And there's
So
some things I like. I haven't jammed to it for a while, but like, you know, I listen to some of those drum things, and I'm like, how did I even do that? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it was the whole thing, man. Being able to even just be in a room with Joey Sturgis, you know, that was a big highlight for me because his studio work and everything at the time were just popping. Like he
Yeah.
was really big at the time, so
Cool.
I was really grateful for those French bros.
That's amazing.
So-
What an amazing experience. That's
Yeah.
so cool, man. Well, that's awesome. I had no idea about all that. So what about what's up with Divisions? You play for
Oh,
a band
man.
called Divisions.
Yes.
Divisions is a current band. They're not,
Yeah,
not
I mean-
doing anything currently, but
Current, but not really active right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but Divisions, that's a whole novel too. But I mean, so Divisions honestly started off as a passion project with me on guitar. So, like as the band developed, I still played the role of playing drums.
Okay.
But that was my first real project that I was heavily involved in when
Cool.
it comes to writing guitar.
cool.
So, yeah, so I just, you know, like every once in a while, low key, I like to pick up a guitar and just riff and stuff. And then
Fuck yeah.
I ended up writing the structure for a song called Lost Souls.
Mm-hmm.
And that was our first song that we put out. But yeah, so like once you know, me, and that's when I was, you know, friends with Chris Darnell too. Chris Darnell, genius of a guy too. Like he's the one that did all the recording and everything for us too, you know. But we were, you know, we worked on some music previously. I helped them record drums on a record that he was a part of before Divisions, and we just kept in touch.
was that
And-
Par for the curse.
Yeah, Par for the Curse. Yeah.
Par-
So
with Ruben.
with
Yeah,
Ruben,
Rubes,
yeah,
dude.
Ruben.
yeah.
Rubes tattooed all the
Oh,
shit.
dude, Ruben is the man,
Yeah,
man.
he's a
His
good
his
man.
work is insane.
Yeah.
All of our friends, see?
See, all,
All
our
the
friends
cool
are doing
friends.
So
something cool.
talented
All the cool friends. Salt Lake
Yeah.
City, baby.
Right, but yeah, so so Chris, every time I've really talked to the guy, he was very quiet, kind of soft-spoken dude, but like it was just obvious he's a fucking genius, man. He's so smart and he's so intelligent, but he took on the recording world and just learned how to do shit like on his own, and we literally recorded all of that First Division's record in our basement. So
rad.
yeah,
'Cause it sounds amazing.
yeah, dude, he
I love that.
I have to give credit to him. I mean, I have the ideas and stuff, but Darn's really made it come to life. Like I would tell him to do things, or we would collab on things, and the whole band really. You know what I mean? We all had our ideas, but yeah, Darn's, he really nailed it when it came to Division. But yeah, so Darnell, yeah, he so I back to the Lost Souls thing. I had the song for Lost Souls, and then I recorded it with Darn's when Darn's lived with Ruben at the time.
Oh, okay.
And then it just flowed so well, like our workflow, the way that we thought together, everything worked so well that I was just like, you know what, like maybe he'll want to do it. Maybe he'll just want to be a part of it, So I asked him, and he was like, yep.
Yeah, let's do this,
So
man.
yeah, he's like, let's do this. So I mean, it was a journey with just me and him first, and then when Lost Souls was written, and that's when I started thinking like, okay, well, if he's a part of it, maybe we should start considering like a lineup. So I was just thinking about, friends from past, obviously, past projects that you're a fan of, or,
for sure.
the value of that, So Nick, he was in Fire in the Skies back in the day when I was in Stranger.
Okay.
And Nick, he's from the Ogden area and stuff, and they played out there a lot.
okay.
I don't know if you guys remember Fire in the Skies.
Of course
but
I remember Fire in the Skies.
Yeah, they were really awesome too. Like they were doing really cool shit too. But
It was that time, as told by Morgan Freeman and Knights of Apocalypse.
yeah, oh my God,
Okay.
yeah,
Remember those
dude,
band
holy
names.
shit, yeah.
I think I remember like a bill. It was like all of them, like as told by Morgan Freeman and
Yeah.
Knights of Apocalypse and Fire in the Skies.
Fire in the
Sorry, I forgot.
Skies, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Nick, I've known for years too. I mean, we weren't really close or anything, but like we were always just like, giving each other kudos for our projects,
Yeah.
He played even in that band Mock Sued. They were way like with Demir.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, with
Yeah.
Demir, Hammer
Yes,
Basic,
uh-huh,
bro.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but so Nick,
Mock
yeah.
Sued.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but
That's a name.
Nick was so yeah, I mean I've known Nick for years, and every time we've hung out and stuff, it's been fine, but I always really liked what he did in Fire in the Skies, and I was like, oh, it'd be really cool because he plays guitar and he does the vocals and stuff. So I was trying to really line up people that could do not just one thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Nick, I hit him up and he was down. And not only that, but he's a great like graphic artist too. So
Yeah, he does, like, screen
he
printing
did
and
screen
stuff,
printing
yeah.
too, and he does the designs and everything too, which was really awesome, So we had Darns doing the recording and helping on the writing, and then Nick doing designs and helping on, you know what I mean? So they were able to utilize other things other than just being good at their instrument,
Very cool.
So that's what I was
It
thinking.
becomes an art project. At that point, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
It's an all-encompassing thing.
Yeah, and then after Nick, me, Darns, and Nick, we talked to, or Nick at the time was working at Musician's Friend, I think, and this is when he was talking to Nate and Jimmy, because they worked there too, and Nate, he played in a band called S3X is what it was, I think is what it's called. Back in the day, they were kind of, like a big thing too back in the day. I honestly was never really into his band.
Yeah.
I actually thought Nate was a turd at first. But no, I mean, honestly, like, I was wrong, man, because Nate, he's one of my favorite people now, and, he's one of my best buds too, and we actually live together too and everything. But yeah, Nate, I mean, the thing with Nate is like everyone loves him, and he's just such a social butterfly. He makes everybody laugh, and he just knows how to network really well.
Cool.
So
Those
Isn't
are
he
important-
hanging out with Chelsea
important
Green
people.
on
yeah,
right
he's
now?
right now he's busy right now teching for Grin, and I'm really happy for him. That's awesome that he gets to do some cool shit too,
rad.
So, but yeah, so Nate, the other thing too with him is he also sang too, so it was kind of cool to have him and Nick collab on the clean singing stuff,
Yeah, Cool. Yeah.
And then yeah, so Nate, did the bass part, and then Jimmy. Obviously, I was a huge fan of his previous band called Consumed by Silence. So
CBS, baby.
oh my God, dude, Jimmy's
dude.
his scream tone, like
Yeah.
like his range, dude. He's insane. He's amazing.
So you know the Adams Boys then?
Yes.
Same.
Oh yeah, dude. Adam Boys, I love them too.
Yeah, I love Trav.
I really do,
Trav
but-
and Josh, they're good men.
But yeah, Jimmy too. I mean, so the end of the Stranger Tale is kind of when I met Jimmy, because he just joined Consumed. But Jimmy, yeah, I mean, it was a no-brainer. Like, he was
Yeah.
one that I envisioned for this project, and he did everything exactly what we expected him to do, and he nailed everything. So, and him and Nate were really good friends too, so that made it easy. And then, but it's like funny because Jimmy, he has like the most powerful vocals ever. And then when you actually get to know him and like how he is, he's just the chillest
So
dude.
nice. Yeah.
Just so nice.
way nice, dude.
Just want to pinch his cheeks.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
But yeah.
You guys, I remember watching you guys, like, out of nowhere. I just saw you posting stuff about, I got this Project Divisions, and then the YouTube video dropped. I think it was for Lost Souls.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was.
And I was like, oh God, he's done it again.
He's done it again,
dude.
Chris Suitt again.
And I think it was just like you guys built such great anticipation over like the next year dropping another video. I think you dropped
Yeah.
2 videos and a cover video, right?
We did, yeah. Yep.
And man, and then I just remember seeing like the first show that you guys played at Liquid Joe's, and like the energy that had already built up from just having that online presence.
Right.
At least for me,
Oh,
like,
that's
it all like came out at that live show, and it was one
that's
of the
crazy.
best shows.
That's
I've ever
crazy to
been
hear that,
It was
man.
cool.
We appreciate that. Yeah. Well, first off, thank you, man. Yeah, we just try to strategically plan things, and knowing like we're like,
Well,
okay.
you guys are all smart dudes. You guys have all been in bands.
Yeah,
You
that
guys have all
was the
done
thing.
It a
It's
lot.
like
Learned
we
so
just
much.
applied everything we learned from previous stuff, and was like, okay, well, if we're gonna do this, we're not getting any younger. Let's try to do what we can to like
do it right.
do it relevant and do it right, and then just make sure to like space things out properly. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
and yeah, I mean, honestly, that's because of that plan is what kind of got us picked up right after that. So once Lost Souls dropped, I actually got a call from Chelsea Grin's manager. So I actually knew them, and I met them previously when I did tour with Chelsea Grin. So it was nice to like actually like talk to people that I knew. But Mike Nordine was his name, and he was actually doing like merch managing for Chelsea Grin, and he's done a few other things too. But he's like, hey, what's up with this project? I'm like, all right, we just dropped this. What's up? And he was like, well, what are you guys trying to do? And I was like, I don't know, cool shit. Hopefully, you know what I mean?
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, I know. And then he's like, well, yeah, I have everybody in the office right now like rotating the song, and everybody loves it, and we'd like to work with you guys. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it literally just, we dropped that video and we got a call like right then and there. So
Wow.
it was just like, holy shit. Well, first off, like, I was kind of nervous because I overthink things all the time anyways. I was like, well, okay, but we only have one song. It's like, how do you know you want to work with us knowing like, what if we don't write anything as cool, And I kind of explained to them too, my involvement, like this is like my first real thing being in this role of heavily writing guitar.
Writing, yeah.
So I was a little nervous about that, but like Darns and Nick, like that's why I chose them too, is because they're great. Darns is a killer guitar player, and Nick too. I've loved everything they've done. But yeah, so I got the call from Mike Nordine, and they wanted to do like a distribution deal for like an EP. So I talked to Darns, and we were like, all right, well, let's get to work. So we wrote an EP. It was supposed to originally be an EP, a release, but then what happened was Mike Milford at the time, that's Chelsea Grin's manager, he took our songs and pitched it to Razor and Tie. And Razor and Tie immediately was like, yeah, like, let's definitely work with these guys. We want to sign these guys, but the only catch is we don't want an EP, we want a full length. So the day that we turned in the EP, we were like, oh my God, okay, we're done. Like, because they were really pushing hard for us to get it done. And, we were learning shit on the fly. Like, Darns was learning how to record, and I was learning guitar shit. I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Just
but
flying by the seat of
but
your
we're
pants.
just trying to do it.
Jeez.
And then, but yeah, and then Razor, yeah, they wanted to sign us, and they said we just want a full length. So literally the next day, I remember like I was waiting to hear back from them on what they thought of the EP, and they're like, all right, well, Razor likes it, but they want a full length. So we're like, fuck, we just got done with this. God. So we got to do it again, but we did. I mean, but that's honestly like the whole time being in Divisions, it seemed like it was just like playing catch up, honestly, because we were mostly a studio band at that time, and we only played like one real show at the time, and honestly, like, it was just kind of nerve-wracking. It really was. But yeah, so Razor ended up giving us an offer, and we accepted it. And then that's when we realized, to be real with you guys, that was the real thing that like really changed the game for me when it came to the logistics when it comes to music, because I can't say too much like on the label itself, but a lot of our situation with Divisions, it became a situation where we were being held back quite a bit. We weren't able to yes, we weren't able to release anything for a few years, and it changed a little bit. It changed the environment a little bit of how the band
They just wouldn't
meshed.
let you release stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, they pushed us really hard. They pushed us really hard to get it done in a certain time frame that was almost impossible. And then when we sacrificed all that time to get it done, they were like, okay, thank you. And then they literally sat on it for almost 3 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Seeing that, it just feels like they,
Yeah.
like they. I don't know.
It's
such a
hard.
bummer, dude.
It's
I don't know how to explain it.
It's really hard because we like the thing about Divisions, we made it so easy for like even if it wasn't this label, just anyone in general to like sign us, because we were able to record our own music. We did our own merch designs. We have the capability. We had the gear.
You guys are running yourselves.
Yeah, like literally the only thing a label would have had to do was just pay for like promotion or pay for ads or something, and that was it.
Or buy you in on a big tour.
Yeah, just put us on something cool,
Yeah.
And so our plan, after we gave them the record was to, they were like, okay, well, let's get you guys on the road, just to get you guys familiar with that, obviously, and just to see how you guys last, kind of thing. And we did a couple pretty awesome tours. We met, lifetime friends after those tours with the bands that we did, but it just like every time that we'd do these tours, we would not hear anything back of the next step, or like they would have us on this tour, but then we'd not get really any responses on like the release dates or anything. It was really just like a plan of like, hey, let's get you on the road so people can be familiar with you guys, and then after that we can like knock out a game plan of when we can release stuff. But we were literally doing that for almost 3 years. We were just waiting around, like our whole lives were just like, 3 of us lived together at the time. So we're just like, okay, what do we do about jobs? What do we do about like money? Like, we want this obviously, but and we're doing everything we can to make it easy for them. We even did our own music videos with our buddy Tim. So they didn't even have to pay for that. But like, yeah, so it was a it was a hard lesson learned, you know what I mean? So we got excited about an opportunity, but it just, sometimes, we hear this stuff a lot, shit happens sometimes.
Yeah, shit happens.
And you guys ended up buying your music back.
Yeah, so what ended up happening is we did the last tour that we were on, they were supposed to push our Return to Silence video like hard. That was supposed to be like our first real label single, basically. Okay. So that was a whole thing, with Tim. We were up in the mountains in the snow trying to get all these shots and stuff. It's fun, but yeah, we were supposed to use that, but yeah, like they didn't say anything to us. They didn't tell us anything on the tour. And so like towards the last end of that tail end of that tour was just like, hey, like guys, I'm sorry, but I just don't think I want to be a part of this label anymore. You know what I mean? They're not really doing anything and stuff like that, and it just seemed like a lot of empty promises, honestly. So yeah, we fast forward real quick, we did buy the rights back to the music, and we released it on our own. So
Nice.
But obviously, as you guys know, sometimes that kind of shit takes a toll on you.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
And the whole band, it honestly, like, we haven't been doing much recently, but I think the break was needed. I really do, especially for Darns. That poor guy had to be in the studio, for forever. But
You guys worked so hard for
Yeah.
it to just kind of just, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
It was
but-
almost like they were getting the music out of you guys so that they could stow it away.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But
We
what are
didn't
you
understand
gonna
it either, but at the same time, when we would try to like find the solutions for it, or being respectful, trying to get emails back or something like that, we just never got anything. It was, and then by the time that we bought our music back, it was like no solution. It was just like, okay, well, it looks like you guys aren't happy, so here's an exiting contract. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
See ya.
So,
See you later, guys.
but yeah, but no, I mean.
Well, that's cool. I mean, to control your destiny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you're not.
Well, I'm just happy because we weren't, it wasn't like we were in crazy debt with any label or had to pay back any money. It was really nice that we had that
you
kind
did
of,
everything yourself. It
yeah,
was just
we had that kind of mentality where we
the
set
downside
ourselves.
is they restricted you.
Exactly. So, yeah, but no, I mean, honestly, like, the band's not doing much right now, but it's there. It's there. If we want to get together and do some cool shit, we'll see.
Do you guys jam?
Yeah.
Do you guys jam like?
Oh no, we haven't jammed. That's the other thing too. We don't really practice unless it's like before a show. But yeah, we haven't really jammed or anything. Darns he ended up buying his own house and everything, and
Yeah.
He's got a really good thing lined up for his life, and
That's cool.
everyone's kind of doing their own life right now, and we'll see.
Once you get
We
it-
talk about it. We talk about it because we love Leatherby's, so we're always like, let's go to Leatherby's, eat some ice cream, and talk about this
Get a
shit.
Trace's
Nice,
peanut butter
dude.
cup.
Right.
Talk
Oh
about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
That's
yes.
my jam.
I
Every
love
time.
it.
Every time. But
But-
shit, we just did another 40 minutes.
Holy shit.
So we're gonna
All right,
obviously
man.
have to have you back.
Yeah, we'll have
I
to have
mean,
you back.
obviously, like this is so great. So let's just say goodbye to you for today,
All right.
Chris.
Well, thank
We
you
love
guys for having
Thanks-
me and supporting
Thanks for coming and
supporting
doing
local
this, man.
music, man. It's really good to be here.
Well, that's our show for this week. We want to give a special thanks to Chris Suitt for giving us this interview, spending like an hour and a half with us jabbering about music. We really appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on. We'll have to have you on again, for sure. If you're in the local Salt Lake City music scene and you want to share your story, talk about your band or your project, please hit us up, the Hive Mind Collective S.L.C. at gmail.com. Or you can just hit up one of our social medias at the Hive Mind COL-SLC. Be sure to check out all the projects mentioned in this episode. That's kind of what we do this for. I want to thank Miles Rogers for all his hard hosting work. We want to really thank all of you for listening and downloading the episodes. It really means a lot to us. Please reach out with your feedback, 5-star reviews where you can, any questions to the same email that I mentioned before. And as always, guys, we'll see you in the crowd.
Show Stories is a production of the Hive Mind Collective SLC.